The Coast Guard is responsible for saving 2 fishermen off the coast of Newport this weekend. This came just as commercial Dungeness crab season begins, highlighting the dangers of the Oregon coast. Celine Stevens spoke with the Coast Guard today, and to learn more, what'd you learn, Celine?
Tim, so we don't know yet why that vessel sunk. Luckily, those men made it out alive, but the Coast Guard told me by the time they got there, the boat was taking on water fast and was almost completely submerged.
Got there was basically nothing to salvage.
Just before 10 Sunday morning, the Coast Guard got a call from the captain of Valor 3, a commercial fishing vessel, saying his boat was taking on water.
And it was a little muffled, so initially, first time that our watchmander is going to hear that, he hits the search and rescue alarm. That kind of gets everybody going, and that's exactly what he did.
According to the Coast Guard's Sierra Schlager, 2 of their motor lifeboat crews went out about 3 miles offshore, west of Newport. Schlager says when she arrived, there wasn't much of the vessel still above water, and both men on board were in the water.
There was a lot of debris in the water, so coolers, buoys, stuff like that. Tried to find the people in the water. Our vessel saw the other person floating, so drove up and got him.
She says both men were wearing immersion suits, which are required in commercial vessels, meant to be worn in the case of an emergency to help them stay warm and float. But the chilly water still took its toll.
They had, blue lips. They were wearing a t-shirt and pants underneath there, so the water is roughly between 45 and 50 degrees. So anytime that anybody's, submersed in that temperature of water, it's definitely hypothermia is going to onset pretty quick.
Luckily, overall, the men were okay, something Tonette Dixon with the nonprofit Fisherman's Wives says isn't always the case.
This was in good weather conditions. There were lots of boats around. For having a sinking, this was kind of the best case scenario.
She says situations like this show the need for the Coast Guard's rescue helicopter, which has been the center of controversy after it was quietly moved out of Newport to North Bend in October, although it has since been returned amid ongoing litigation.
Right now, especially since we are currently fighting for our rescue helicopter, this shows the peril that happens this time of year, especially with the commercial Dungeness fishing season.
So Dixon told me one of those immersion suits on that vessel was actually replaced by Fisherman's Wives through a program they did this summer. The Coast Guard says to always make sure your boat is in good condition and you have your safety equipment, and to reach out to them if anything ever happens on the water. Tim?
Wow, so scary. Glad they were helped. Thanks, Celine.